An incurable form of cancer has just been cured using DNA editing. Let's talk about it. T-cell leukemia is an incredibly dangerous form of cancer. It causes T cells, which form a crucial part of the immune system, to start growing out of control with devastating effects on the body. Now, healthy T cells have been used in the cancer treatment business for a long time because they can be engineered into CAR T cells. CAR T cells have had their DNA databases tweaked to include instructions to make special proteins called chimeric antigen receptors. Like a mythological chimera, which is a mashup of different kinds of animals, a chimeric antigen receptor is a mashup of different kinds of protein machinery, so it can do multiple jobs at once. So one end of this chimeric protein will stick out of the CAR T cell, and it will scan for specific chemicals that cancerous cells produce. And then the butt end of that protein sits inside the CAR T cell, and it activates it to destroy the target. So it's like a sniffer dog that will alert its handler, and then the handler starts giving orders to engage. But because it's a chimera, the dog and the handler are fused into some sort of dog man. There's literally a film about this. But using CAR T cells for T cell leukemia is really difficult because if you engineer T cells to start going after other T cells, you're going to have a lot of friendly fire. Unless you genetically engineer your CAR T cells to not recognize each other as T cells. So there's this one protein that these cancerous T cells pretty consistently make, so that's a good target to engineer your CAR T cells to recognize. But in addition to programming them to recognize that target protein, scientists also went into the CAR T cell's own DNA and switched off the gene that serves as instructions to make that protein themselves. So the resulting CAR T cells won't recognize each other as a threat. It's like training your sniffer dog to ignore the scent of other sniffer dogs. Two other tweaks were made. One of them makes these CAR T cells invisible to one of the drugs that's used in chemotherapy, so that this new treatment can be used in combination with chemotherapy for maximum effect. The other will help prevent these foreign CAR T cells from just going hog wild and attacking everything in the patient's body, which is always a concern when you are cramming part of somebody else's immune system into a stranger. The researchers accomplished all of these changes using a technique called base editing. While original flavor Cas9 chops up DNA quite harshly, base editing is much gentler, and it allows you to make these smaller scale tweaks with a decreased risk of off-target genetic effects. So they made these changes and they put the engineered T cells into the patients, and it worked. Over 80% of patients who received this treatment went into deep remission, and once the cancerous T cells had been wiped out, they could receive follow-up treatments to rebuild their immune systems with healthy cells. I cannot emphasize enough how incredible this is. 10 years ago, CRISPR-Cas9 for medicine was still pretty hypothetical, and now it has been honed and reimagined into these technologies that are doing things that scientists literally thought was not possible. This cancer was incurable, and now it's not. I fucking love this shit.